Yeah, welcome back to class. I believe we are getting it up on Microsoft Excel, and I believe you are finding this class so interactive and so interesting. So today we are talking on Introduction to Power Query. Introduction to Power Query in Excel is an additional course for us in this Excel. It's going to lead us to another professional course in Microsoft Excel entirely. But we only want to introduce you to it so that you could know that there is more to do on Microsoft Excel than calculations and what we have taught so far. So looking at my data here, I say Power Query is a business intelligence tool available in Excel that allows you to import data from many different sources and then clean, transform and reshape your data as needed. That is, you are working on Excel, you want to pick another data from another environment entirely and you bring it here and then you edit it, you use it as if you have just typed a new data in your Microsoft Excel. For those of us that we have some reception in our office, we have a receptionist or secretary that does not have the Microsoft Excel knowledge, they will just type for you, then for you to arrange them in your table in order to have a good arrangement in Excel. How will you do that? You don't need to start typing again. Just import such text or such data into Microsoft Excel, and then you are good to edit and transfer anything you want to do. And also you can also do the calculation. It's just as if you are typing afresh in your Microsoft Excel. Now these are type of the data you can import from these sources. Not all sources will be available or will be allowed using this Power Query. But if you are using a text file, you are free to import to Microsoft Excel, CSV file, XML file, MS Access, Oracle, and also if you're having a web file. We shall be treating like 1 or 2 to import and 3 you can try some. So today we shall import from MS Access and text file. Importing our data from our text file is not only using Microsoft Word. We shall be using what we call our Notepad. For those of us that we are used with all this Notepad, or you want to create a website, I believe you know that you are using Notepad to do all the HTML. So we shall be importing our data from a Notepad. I have a Notepad saved on my system right here in front of me with 2 different formats. I saved one with a comma and another one with a tab. That means I type directly from my Notepad using a comma, and I also type directly from my Notepad using the tab button. We shall import the 2 and see, and also import from Microsoft Access. So how do we do our Power Query? On our menu bar here, you have File, Home, Insert, Page Layout, Format, Formula, and so on. We shall be using the Data menu bar. The data menu bar, as you could see, I'm right here, data menu bar. So I said I will be importing from my text. Go to your data and do what? Save from text. Yes, import data from a text file. Click on it. If you have any text file that you have saved, I have saved mine as sample. This sample 1 is a text file. It's a text document from my Notepad. Is a text document from my Notepad. This sample 1 I saved is a text I saved with what that I type using my tab to differentiate each column. So let's try to import. Looking at it, it told me to do what? Display characters such as comma or tab separate each field. Then I go to next. In the original file, I use tab to differentiate each of my work. So coming here, I have to pick my tab. With this, is going to give me in 5 different columns because of what I've got. Then I put next and do what? Then finish. This is my data. It has imported for me from Notepad. Can we see? So with this, I'm good to start arranging my Excel. Use the data for anything you want to use it for. Yes, anything you want to use it for, then you are good to go. You can import, you can now edit the way, you can even add to it. That's not a problem. You can add to it, as you could see. you can add to it. Yes, it has become a data in your Microsoft Excel. Should your secretary type something for you and it's not well arranged and you need to put it, you don't need to retype everything. Just import it by using Power Query. Now, let's import from the one I use with my comma. I use another one using a comma. That is my sample. When I'm typing, I type with a comma to differentiate. With this, also, I'm going to pick comma so that it can differentiate it for me. Then I will click next, and this is just the sample. Do you see the way it is? That's how it's going to be finished. And it's going to select the working area, the range of cell. Yes, that is it, as you could see. So I have my surname here. I have my first name, I have my set, and the salary. Good. So you don't need to retype anything that is very confusing. Just bring it from another package entirely to your Excel and you are good to go. Now, let's try to import from Microsoft Access. That is our MS Access. Importing from my Microsoft Access is still the same process, but you must have worked on your MS Access and saved and know the location where you saved your work. When I'm importing from MS Access, then where do I save my work? I save it on my desktop. So you go to look for your desktop at the left side. If you see the desktop, what is the name of the document you are looking for? Then click on the name of the document you are looking for and see if it is there. Then you can use. I'll be searching for my Power Query on my desktop. Wow, it's not in my desktop, so it's inside my documents, as you could see. If you have to know where you save. This is my MS Access database. That's why I give you so that you can see the type. So when you click on it and you click open, it's going to open the file that you have saved. As you could see, this is what I work with on Microsoft Access. So with this, if I want to do anything, I'm good to go. I can even add to it. I can rename them and do what? And change it. That's why I say you can clean. You can clean them. Do you see? You can clean them and rewrite your own. Yes. And I can also continue by writing the phone number. Do you see? Automatically it will bring it for me. State of origin. Good. Let's see. You should know that you are going to format yourself to display all the hidden parts. So that is, and with this, you can do anything you want to do. Then you do anything you want to do, and everything you type is going to come out. With this, you can edit your work, clean it. So there is much more to do on Excel than what you have been treating so far. This is just an introduction to the Power Query. We still have so many professional courses that you can also learn on Microsoft Excel. So if you have any question, you are free to ask us and we shall really give you a good answer. Thank you.